From the Alex Trebek stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Inside Jeopardy!
Hello and welcome back to Inside Jeopardy, your exclusive and official podcast destination for all things happening in the world of Jeopardy! I'm Sarah Foss, and I'm joined by executive producer Michael Davies.
Thank you very much. Great to be here with you, Sarah.
It is great.
It is. And a lot happening in the overall world of Jeopardy. If you've been buried under a rug or a rock or
giant rock, yes.
You might not have heard that Pop Culture Jeopardy is coming back season 2, but moving from Amazon to Netflix. I think I have referred a few times on the pod that there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes.
Yes, you have. You've been busy.
There's been a lot of paddling underwater to get that done. We're coming back to Netflix. Not quite sure yet when it'll be on Netflix, but we are getting ready to produce it at the beginning of next year. And the casting announcement has gone out.
It has.
Go to Jeopardy.com, go to wherever you find your casting announcements from Jeopardy, put together your team and apply to be on season 2 of Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Yeah, it was such a great response last season. I can't wait to see how many teams apply this year and just what personalities. You know, the personality hires took it all.
Yeah.
What kind of personalities will we have for season 2?
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. All shows change in a season 2 because people have already seen what it's like in season 1. We're not quite sure what those effects are going to be. We're looking a little bit at the format, looking at the competition structure. We can talk about that later, but yeah. So
try out. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Well, this is our first pod, Michael, since we were at the Chicago Theater last month.
Yep.
Yes, Juvaria Zahir, W. Kamau Bell. It was fun. It was busy. We have another event planned for the spring, but in the meantime, you're going to see our contestant team popping up all over. We're going to be in Raleigh-Durham this week. That's right, with ABC 11. We're going to be at the North Carolina State Fair.
Yep.
So stop by, 4 to 8, October 23rd. You won't want to miss that. And, you know, we'll be popping up all over. But the spring event, Michael, where shall we go?
Well, we talk a lot about this. Do I reveal it? Do I not reveal it?
I don't know.
It's a little early. I sort of think, because we're not that far along with the planning.
That's true.
I am very, no hard feelings. Even if you've had a very famous tea party in your town and overthrew your British rulers, no hard feelings. So I think Boston is probably going to be our next place. We've done New York. We're going all the way up the Acela. Wherever the Acela goes, that's where we're going. We've been down to D.C. We've done New York City. Boston next. Philadelphia, wait your turn. It's going to be coming.
Yeah.
But I think Boston will be next in the spring.
Good city, too, as we're celebrating the 250th.
Yes.
Boston and Philly. They're all great cities.
Yeah. The semi-quincentennial.
All right, what's happening otherwise in the Substack world, Michael?
Well, in the world of the Subby, if you tuned into our Substack Live, you heard that this season we're bringing back the greats for Celebrity Jeopardy All-Stars, which we taped last weekend. That was just last weekend.
I know, some of them.
I know,
Hard
some
to
of them,
believe.
not all of them.
We're getting JPT and JAT confused, but wow, Celebrity Jeopardy.
All-Stars goes to another level. When you watch celebrities who we know are really good at Jeopardy, and we could write the material a little bit higher in terms of the leveling, and the celebrities, the All-Stars, they really rose to the occasion. And some amazing games, some amazing wins, some devastating losses. It was really so good.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that coming out.
And you really do learn after you compete on Jeopardy as a celebrity. You know, you never know how people are going to do, but we were surprised by some initially, not surprised by others. But the gameplay in these All-Stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how much they wanted to be back, how much they want to come back again. That's another one we can't reveal the premiere date yet. I don't think we have a premiere date yet. It's not about not revealing it. I don't think we even have it.
Not even
so we'll let you know as soon as we know that.
And you had a really cool interview on the Substack.
Yeah, with Karine Jean-Pierre, who I met at. Well, actually, I didn't. I re-met her at the Inside Jeopardy event in D.C. At the National Portrait Gallery, but I'd met her before at another White House event over here on the West Coast. Has a new book, Independent, which is out now. A really wonderful interview about her love of Jeopardy and about her book and her time in the White House.
And now a quick word from our sponsor. If you shopped online, chances are you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it. Because Shopify makes it incredibly easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Shopify makes it easy to tackle important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Jeopardy. Go to shopify.com/Jeopardy. Shopify.com/Jeopardy. And now back to Inside Jeopardy!
All right. Well, also on the Substack, last week I talked with one of our new, well, he's not that new, but one of our TOC qualifiers, Paolo Pasco. He's one of our more recent TOC qualifiers, so he's joined the field. Also, TJ Fisher has joined the field, so you can tune into Substack to see some of these exclusive interviews as well with our champs as they prepare to come back to the Alex Trebek stage. Also happening right now in JAT, Dargan Ware. You know, we had this long streak of one-day winners, and finally, on Monday, Dargan broke the streak. He became a 2-game champion. Monday was also a big show. I don't know if you caught it, Michael, but we had the MLB on Fox category.
Yeah, so Kevin Burkhardt.
Yes, the whole team. And, you know, we have to shoot these things way in advance.
Yeah.
So I actually shot that at Dodger Stadium back in May when they were playing the Yankees. And who could have known that all these months later, they're in the World Series?
I know.
So
there you go.
you can catch Fox's coverage of that. Now, Dargan last night did lose.
Yeah.
He did, as a 2-game champ to Tom Devlin. Let's hear how all those players are feeling after a very exciting game.
Tom, what a game. You had that big lead over a dominant champ. You were just locked in on the buzzer from the beginning of the first round.
Yeah, it felt really good. I was looking for those daily doubles, but I mean, he is a great champion, and when he hit both of those, things started disappearing into thin air a little bit.
It took a while for you to find them, so you both had quite a bit of money by the time Dargan found those 2 daily doubles, almost back to back. The first one was The Big Sleep. Are you a fan of crime novels?
Yes, actually, and Raymond Chandler in particular.
But Tom came roaring back with Bad Baby.
I felt really bad because my wife wrote her college thesis in part on Virginia Woolf and Sylvia Plath. And so I had the picture of the copy of Orlando, the book she had, in my head, and I just said Kate Blanchett instead of Tilda Swinton.
I assumed you were thinking of the right movie and just picked the wrong actress.
I just pulled the wrong British actress.
For a second, I thought you were going to say your wife had written her dissertation on Cash Me Outside. But apparently not.
No, not yet at least.
How many total attempts, Ken?
You actually had 48 attempts in that game
Tom?
to 47 for Tom. That's crazy. That's just a gunfight right there.
Yep.
Dargan, you had a great run. 2 games with us, leaving you with $47,801. And then you ran into Tom.
I did.
What did you think about watching Dargan play and then realizing, I have to go up against that guy?
I was a little scared, but I figured I just give him my best shot. And, it came down to a couple of lucky breaks for both of us. If I had been ahead going into Final Jeopardy, I would have lost.
It turned out to be the kind of clue where you want to be in second.
Yeah.
2 great champions. That was so much fun to watch. Thank you for being here, everyone. Tom, good luck tomorrow. You're coming back as a Jeopardy champion.
All right, Michael. Well, it is time. It is approaching the postseason. We know the qualification period ended in JPT, and we have some things to reveal because we've been thinking a lot about this.
Yeah, our quest to constantly improve on the postseason. I can't think, what is this? My 3rd postseason? My 4th postseason?
I think it's our 4th postseason.
4th postseason,
yeah.
Wow. So ever improving, second chance, big reveal. It's going to be 3 weeks. Second chance
just be 2 weeks.
has just worked so well. Obviously, Juveria, the poster child for the second chance competition. We're going to go to 3 weeks. That's 27 players, 9 players per week, 15 days total in television time. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so 3 winners advancing on to Champions Wildcard. That will once again be a field of 15, a 2-week, 10-game tournament, old school style, with that 2-day total point affair. But we did take a closer look at this. And, we read a lot of comments. We hear a lot about what people are saying. And obviously, if there are any 3-game champs who don't make TOC, depending on what our cutoff is, they're going into Champions Wildcard. But when it came to the 2-game and the 1-game winners, we decided to look deeper, to not just go on the amounts they earned, but actually looking at all the different criteria: attempts, responses, competition, scores going into final, Coriats. There's so many things that we can look at now because of our box scores and our stats. And when we really did the numbers, most of the qualifiers who would have been in Champions Wildcard were, but we had about 5 that we felt like really should be pushed to the top.
So it is an invitational. Now, it's Champions Wildcard is an invitational. I don't know that we'll call it the Champions Wildcard Invitational, because it is going to be an invitational now. And that is, look, ultimately, we're television producers, and that's how we earn our keep as television producers. And so there's producing that went into it. We felt we needed a little bit more producer's choice about who ended up in the show because of everything we see. Even some of the stats, I was thinking also the buzzer stats, which we see, but aren't really published. And we sort of get a real sense of who can compete on the buzzer sort of best. So, yeah, that becomes an invitational, sort of really opens up our postseason to get the very best players in order to go through and qualify for the TOC.
Yeah, in TOC this year, it's going to be a field of 21 once again. So we will be seeding our top 3 competitors. We, of course, base that on the longest runs. So the 3 longest runs of the season, those people will be seeded directly into the semifinals. We'll have 6 quarterfinal games to find out who's going to join them. The semifinalists will then play that 1 game each to go into our first to 3-win final that you really created for the TOC, and I think it works. We don't need to fix. It works.
It works for the World Series. We just need a Game 7.
Yeah, we made it to 6 one year, but never to 7.
Got it.
So that's going to be TOC, and we'll have that exhibition game once again so that our seeded players have a chance to play because they, of course, won't play in the quarterfinal. W. Kamau Bell, Lisa Ann Welter, we know they're headed back for the TOC, but you'll have to wait to see who is going to join them. It's going to be exciting. But first, we have a lot of host chats in our audience when we're taping. Always fun to hear what Ken will say. Recently, someone asked him, if you were getting ready to go on Jeopardy, what would you recommend? What subjects would you recommend people study for the show?
Good person to ask.
The stuff I studied, I remember back in the day, is the kind of thing that I think longtime viewers know we go back to quite a bit. There's no reason not to know world capitals, presidents and all their data, presidents in order with years and first ladies and whatnot. I think I also did constitutional amendments, university towns, sitting senators. I did the cabinet. I did cocktails because I don't drink, so I had a bunch of flashcards. On the front it says vodka, orange juice, Galliano. On the back, Harvey Wallbanger. So if I ever lose this job, I can be the world's only Mormon bartender. I think I'd be pretty good.
Okay, Sarah, that brings us to the end of today's pod. We're going to be back next month on November the 10th to reveal the 2026 postseason players.
Ooh, we're going to tell you who they are.
We'll see you then.
See you then.
Hey, thanks for watching. Click on the subscribe button and don't miss a moment.